Welcome to the Wild Woman series. Today I'm discussing chapter 4 from the book Women Who Run with the Wolves by Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estés. And this chapter is called Manawee. Now, on the surface, this chapter is it's a folk story about a man trying to win two sisters for marriage. But the more I sat with this story, the more I began to see it differently. So this story, just like any other story from this book, is an healing invitation. But I'm going to discuss the story from a specific angle. And we're going to take this as a symbolic guide to understand and balance our inner masculine and feminine. First, let's go through the story quickly. There once was a man named Manawee who wished to marry two sisters. But their father said, "Only if you can tell me their names, both of them, would I allow you to marry them." Manawee agreed, but he didn't know their names. So he kept visiting, hoping to uncover the truth. Time went by. He tried and tried, but he couldn't guess their names correctly. Now Manawee had a loyal dog. One night, the dog decided to secretly follow the sisters home. He crept close and listened. And just like that, he heard their real names. Excited, he raced back to tell Manawee. But something happened. On the way, he got distracted. He chased after something meaningless, forgot the names entirely, and arrived back empty. And this happened 2 or 3 times. Manawee was disappointed, but he didn't give up. Again, the dog returned to the sister's house. Again, he listened. And this time, he held on to those names with all his strength, and he decided he wouldn't get distracted no matter what. On his way back, he was attacked brutally by a dark stranger. A vicious fight broke out between them. The dog got severely injured, but he fought back. Wounded and bleeding, he still made it home. And this time he remembered the sisters' names. Manawee finally spoke the sisters' names aloud, and the father, now satisfied, gave his blessings for the wedding. So let's talk about what this story means beneath the surface. Because for me, Manawee is not just a story of a man trying to win two women. I see it as a reflection of our inner world. So we're going to do this. Manawee, his dog, and two sisters are all aspects of our inner self. They all represent different parts of us. This whole journey is about the inner masculine trying to understand the full depth and duality of the inner feminine. And let me explain how. The two sisters represent the two aspects of the feminine within us. One is light, expressive, and radiant, the part of us that's seen by the world. She's joyful, confident, and beautifully present. The other part is deep, intuitive, and mysterious. She carries ancient wisdom, raw emotions, and sometimes pain. This side is rarely visible to the outside world, but it's deeply powerful. We all carry both, and to fully embody the feminine and its strength, we must embrace and integrate both aspects. Now let's look at Manawee and his dog. They also represent dual nature of the masculine within us. Manawee, the man in this story, is logical and action-oriented. He wants to figure it out and get it right and win. But the dog is something else. It's the wild and instinctual part of the masculine. Yes, masculine is also dual in nature. He listens deeply. He follows the mysterious path. And he's the one who actually hears the sisters' names. And dogs across cultures have always symbolized loyalty, protection, instinct, and unconditional love. That's what the instinctual masculine is all about. But here's what it gets interesting. The first time the dog gets distracted and forget the names, this represents that this is what happens when our inner masculine gets caught up in the ego, doubts, or any outside noise. We lose the connection to the deeper feminine truth. But in the end, even after being attacked, he fights back and he returns and he remembers the names. This is symbolic of the evolution of the masculine, facing trials, staying focused, and choosing not to give up. And this is such an important lesson for us, especially if you're a woman on a healing journey who's trying to connect to the inner feminine. Because the truth is, this journey of knowing your own inner feminine requires a strong and mature inner masculine. You need that part of you that takes actions, creates structures, and holds space so that your inner feminine can feel safe enough to emerge Now, here's something for you to reflect on. Does your inner masculine stay focused, or does he give up when things get hard? Do you allow your instinctual self to guide you, or do you silence it with logic? We all get distracted sometimes. We all forget what's important. But the beauty is the inner masculine has the power to always come back. He can always try again. And over time, he learns to stay, to listen, and to hold the truth of inner feminine with reverence. And that is where the true healing begins. When your inner masculine and feminine stop fighting and start aligning and understanding each other. Now, as usual, it's time for some journaling and embodiment exercise. Let's take this story a bit deeper into your life. I'm giving you some journaling prompts for reflection. What are the two sides of my inner feminine? You have to ask this. One might be playful, expressive, and social, and the other might be quiet, introspective, or wounded. Ask yourself, can I name both? Do I identify both within? And can I embrace both without any judgment? Now, second journaling prompt is, how does my inner masculine show up? Does it try to control and rush things? Or does it listen, observe, and stay committed to the journey of understanding? Journaling question 3 is, when have I allowed distractions to pull me away from my truth? And what does it take for me to stay connected to my deeper knowing, even through difficulty? And once you're done with the journaling, I want you to do a simple embodiment practice to integrate all of this. So you can sit or stand in a space where you are safe and you feel comfortable, uninterrupted. And you have to first place your one hand on your heart and the other one on your womb, connect with your body, take a few deep, slow breaths to connect with your body on a deeper level, and then move your body in two ways. First, you will have to let yourself move with grace, fluidity, and softness. This is your feminine. Try to represent your feminine. Just try to connect with the inner feminine and request it to move through your body. And then you can shift to a more structured and intentional, grounded movement. This will be your masculine coming on the surface. So you will request the masculine to express itself through the movement and just notice the difference between two movements. Or you let them blend into one another as you feel ready. So trust your body to guide you. There is no right or wrong in this practice. Let this be a beautiful conversation between your inner masculine and your inner feminine. No words needed here, just full presence. So that was Manawee, not just a folk story, but truly a map, a guide for the sacred union of your inner masculine and feminine. It's the sacred map of your inner world. This is the heart of the wild woman's path. Learning to listen deeply, to honor every part of yourself, and to allow both softness and structure to coexist within you. Thank you for being here and walking this beautiful story, this beautiful path with me. If this story touched you, I would love to hear your reflection in the comments. And if you're on this journey of healing your feminine and balancing your inner world, don't forget to subscribe because more chapters from this beautiful book, Women Who Run with the Wolves, are on their way. Until next time, keep listening, keep feeling, and keep coming home to yourself.